Good morning, everyone. I wanted to introduce my Tuesday Coffee Chats. In these Tuesday Coffee Chats, I'll answer your questions that you had in my previous videos, and I'll also share with you maybe some new product announcements that I've heard of, or just a little bit about vlogging about our life here in Ecuador. If there's something in particular that you'd just like to hear about, please ask questions below, comment below, and let me know what you'd like to know about. Here's a fun fact. For one, I brought my Dallas Starbucks cup with me back from the States. We don't have Starbucks here. So what I do is I just use whatever good coffee I can find here in Ecuador. And here's a fun fact. There's actually very good coffee in Ecuador. A lot of the coffee connoisseurs are looking for it because what happens is actually for many years, Ecuador has exported its coffee beans to other countries, one of those being Colombia. So some of the famous Colombian coffees that you may know about, yes, they are processed and shipped out of Colombia, but the actual beans, many of them use the coffee beans from Ecuador. So my coffee chat today is going to focus on 3 or 4 things. The first one is there's a question from a viewer. She was asking about how to change on the Cricut design space from a 12 by 24 view over to a 12 by 12 view. So I figured that one was probably quick and easy enough for me to post during this coffee chat. So I'll put that towards the end today. Second is some really nice announcements. The first announcement is that of Tim Holtz Distress Oxides. Ranger has released 12 more colors, and one of them is my favorite color. Of all the distress inks that he's released in the past, my favorite shade has always been Peacock Feathers. So in this second release of the Distress Oxides, the Peacock Feathers color has been released. And I'll show you a quick preview of what the rest of those colors are here as well. So I'm sure they're going to continue to release the other colors that were in the line before, little by little. So I can't wait to get all those colors. I really like this ink better than the distress inks I had in the past. I don't know if you've seen it in the past, but I did get rid of my distress inks. Not saying that I didn't like them, but I really had to simplify when I moved here to a smaller craft space. And when I moved, I was looking for ink that gave a real crisp image, because that's what I'm looking for and what I need usually when I'm stamping. And that I wasn't able to always get with the distress inks. But the Distress Oxide ink does stamp very clearly. So they're different purposes, and I'm not saying distress inks are bad. I may still get some of those little ones in my favorite colors because I have used those for many years. But these Distress Oxides are definitely my new favorite. Another release that I was really excited to see was on Digital Project Life by Becky Higgins. There's a new digital kit and it's on sale right now. So I'm going to list that for you below. I believe it's less than $7. So I'm going to download it, and I'll show you a video this week on how I'm downloading that file into my Cricut design space to be able to use it digitally there. Becky Higgins design team has posted here on their website this amazing line that is very current. It has things like adventure, and the nice thing she mentioned on her blog post about it is that it's not girly. So it's perfect for family vacations, adventures like us here in Ecuador, maybe any of the vacations you have coming up this summer. Especially if you like camping, it's probably a good motif for you because it uses those botanical cactus motifs. It has some copper accents. It's very on trend. So I was really excited to see that digital kit, but also the price point. So it's affordable for everyone. So I'm going to link that one for you below so that you can go there and download that one as well. Another announcement that I was excited to hear about is American Crafts is acquiring Die Cuts with a View, or you might know them as DCWV. Back when I first started scrapbooking, Die Cuts with a View was one of my favorite paper lines to use. If you're a long-time scrapbooker, you might remember the old paper line called Once Upon a Time. If any of you have used that, do a thumbs up. That was one of my favorite releases by them. Later on, they had started adding embellishments like paper clips with ribbons and corrugated papers to match the paper line. They even had burlap that they released. So I love the imagination that they've brought to the scrapbook world of adding and bringing those elements for us, so we didn't have to think about it too hard and go all over the craft store looking for those items. They were just nicely packaged to coordinate perfectly with their other papers. Now they've been acquired by American Crafts. Maybe we'll get even more embellishments from the die cuts with a view line. Okay, so the question I was given was, how can you view as a 12 by 12? Well, in Design Space, as far as I know, this canvas part, you can't edit to just be a 12 by 12 view or a 12 by 24, but you can do it when you're in the printout section if you're wanting to preview your item. So I'll show you an example. So here I have a square that is just a little under 5.5 inches. Say I want to cut this out on a 12 by 12 mat. So I would go over here to the Make It button, and when I do so, you'll see under Settings it has Material Size. So here in my preview, I can preview it on a 12 by 12. I think the problem she was having was that hers is set to this 12 by 24. So when you're in this preview mode, you get this long mat and you scroll down and it goes all the way down to 24 inches. So if you're looking where to change that setting, it's going to be here. So let me go back. So again, you're going to click Make It, go under Settings, Material Size, and change to which size you want to have. 8.5 by 11, 12 by 12, and 12 by 24 are probably the most common. But to get it to 12 by 12, just click on that one right there, and you'll have exactly what you need. So I hope that helped answer that question. One other thing I wanted to point out, some of us probably aren't used to this micro grid that is on here in the new beta version. So to change that, you can go to this little menu on the left, click on Settings, and here instead of full grid, click on partial grid, and then set to inches for most of us in the US. And that's probably more of the eye layout that you're probably looking for. And again, click the Make It button, and there you go. It looks more like your mat that way. So I hope that helped answer your question. Thanks for asking, and if that didn't clarify it, just let me know below, and I'll try to answer any other questions you might have about it. So that was it for today's coffee chat that I wanted to discuss with you. I'll list all the links below. Keep an eye out on Blitsy.com. They're very good about acquiring these new products very quickly, and when they get them, they ship them out very quickly. So I'm going to be keeping my eye out on Blitsy.com for those Tim Holtz Distress Oxides. They're usually one of the very first companies online to get them and to ship them out. So if you want to continue to see my videos, please make sure to subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on our next Tuesday coffee chat. And please make sure to include what you'd like to hear in these Tuesday coffee chats. What type of vlogging? Do you have any questions about Ecuador itself, or just our family in general? So I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for watching.